Jam with my bass. Slap the bass. Jam with my bass. Slap the bass. Hey everybody, welcome back to Check the Gate, a Film Lovers Deep Dive. I'm Bert, and as always, I'm joined with Brandon.
Hello.
And Michael.
Hi.
And today we are doing our very last rom-com of our 6 grab bag rom-com thing. We are doing my pick, I Love You Man, a 2009 favorite of mine. Probably one of my most quoted movies of all time. There's like one specific scene. This is a movie that like I can just have on a lot.
Yeah.
And my wife likes it too, so she's like, yeah, we could put this on. There's like one scene where she's like, you say that all the time, you say that all the time, you say that all the time.
It's definitely quotable.
Yeah. This was also, speaking of a couple weeks ago at Garden State, another Mikey Bean favorite. Where back in the, again, question mark, good old days of Night Crew, just going back and forth. You got it, Jobin.
Jobin.
Sit a slucker. Bro Namath, Bro Tico Bro Hey, Bro Montana.
He did quote this movie a lot, huh?
Yeah. Michael, had you seen this?
No.
No? Did you like it?
I did not love it, man.
No?
I mean, that's dramatic, but it was fine.
Did you find it very cringy?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I overall, I'll give it about a 6.8.
D+.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't repulsive.
No, you're fine.
Didn't fucking
You're
hate
fine.
it. But I did find it a little bit cringy, but the cast, though, I really liked. I mean, Jason Segel, loved it. It was interesting to see him in a role like that, though. I don't know. Mostly because I only know him from, like, How I Met Your Mother, and then, what's the one with Russell Brand and...
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah, and then...
Do you like Forgetting Sarah Marshall?
It was all right.
I feel like this is in the same basket.
I tend to get those two movies mixed up, it seems like, when quoting them.
Yeah. Paul Rudd was great. Obviously, how can you not like Paul Rudd? And then I thought Rashida Jones is pretty funny in it, too, which is also interesting because I only know her from Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
But, yeah, overall, it was good.
And Jon Favreau.
And, sorry,
was
can't
the
forget about
doctor
Jon
from Elf.
Favreau. Yeah. Or, doesn't he have something to do with the Avengers movies?
I mean, he's Happy Hogan. But he directed the first 2 Iron Man movies.
Iron Man, that's what it is. Okay.
He also directed Elf.
And actually, I read that Robert Downey was the one to push Jon Favreau to take this role.
Oh.
This role in this movie is Barry?
Yeah.
The 40 pounds overweight Jufro with a small dick character?
Brutal.
Dude, he nails that role, man. He's such an asshole.
So funny. It's just a piece of shit.
Yeah. He nails
Get
it.
the fuck out of here.
He's just fucking go. It's poker night. It's poker night. Get out of here.
It's like I've met him like 20 times.
Yeah, what do you mean you don't know who he is?
I don't fucking know him.
He's carrying sheets as walking out of the frame.
Do you play an instrument? No, I don't play. You got a piano in your house? I don't play. What? Who put decorators? Put it there. I got Belvedere on the rocks. Something sour mixed for her.
Yeah. Good asshole.
All right, if I do this, we're having sex with the lights on.
It's like, fine.
Fine. All night, baby.
It is cringy though. I gotta say, like when I watched,
because they openly talk about filleting their partners and stuff.
No. Oh man, it hurt.
Just how awkward Paul Rudd is. Like he
does that very well. The little like forced nicknames and stuff, and he's like,
or the just
latest on the menu.
The inability.
Like, why did I say that?
Yeah, the inability to end a conversation, like, just kills me.
Yeah.
Like, just walk away. Just break the wrist, walk away.
Literally.
Break the wrist, walk away. Break the wrist, walk away. That's why it's so beautiful, because it's parroting the actual relationship as far as the rom-com goes. like where there are times where there's like super earnestly just like I'm super nervous to talk to him. Like if this was if if they were actually dating, this would be like super sweet. Just like that scene with him like getting up the courage just to call him.
Yeah.
just to hang out.
That's the part of it that I thought was an interesting take, because it is a romantic comedy, but it's a romance in between him trying to find a best friend be his best man at his wedding.
And then when they quasi break up, it's like also played very. It's like, I think we need some time apart. Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. You also have my Lost DVDs. Oh, I get it, Pete. Okay.
Pistol.
I don't. Pistol. Because of Pete. Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete.
Fucking puke pistol.
Oh fuck!
Like projectile. It's a real thing.
That's
know it was
a thing.
Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I barfed all over him. I know. She told me.
I know. They had fun, did they?
No.
They pound beers. I don't really pound beers.
He's like, yeah, you're kind of a lightweight.
Guy can't handle boat races. He just chugged 2 beers. Come on, brother.
Yeah, come on, man.
To the How I Met Your Mother Duvall, I had watched this and Forgetting Sarah Marshall way before How I Met Your Mother. I entered the How I Met Your Mother sphere when there was like 4 or 5 seasons on Netflix already.
Oh.
No free plugs. We just didn't watch sitcoms at home, if that's considered a sitcom. I would assume, probably, right?
Oh, yeah.
How Much Your Mother?
But,
yeah. I would agree.
Yeah, it wasn't until I was out on it was like one of the first things when I got Netflix that was on there. And there, like I said, it was only like 4 seasons.
Man, my roommate back in the day, shout out Shane.
Shane.
Yeah,
Shane.
he's a big fan, and I remember like I still have the box sets like of every season. So
when I moved to Illinois and I was waiting for internet to go hook up, we're noticing a theme here. With Wedding Crashers last week, and then now with How I Met Your Mother. I walked to the library and checked them out. It's pretty
nice.
fun.
Hell yeah.
I had only ever seen like this Thursday on an all new How I Met Your Mother, not knowing what the actual premise was, knowing Jason Segel's face, but I had never seen Freaks and Geeks.
Big fan.
You still hurting from that cancellation?
Dude, I have the box set. Like when it first came out, like from release, like the box is actually beat to shit and everything, but yeah, I love that show, man.
Is it really big for there only being like 2 DVDs in there? Remember how they used to, like back in the day, they used to have the big chunky, like my first 3 seasons of Survivor on DVD I have are like this fucking
huge.
big.
They're like as
and they
thick
don't
as
need
the
to
Bible.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was one of my go to premiere video, RIP shout out.
Damn.
Rent 2 movies in Caldwell, Idaho at Premiere Video, family owned operation. Rent 2 movies, watch 1 before work, watch 1 when I got home from work, sleep, take them back, rent
Repeat.
2 again, watch 1 before, 1 after. Did that for like 4 months. And the one time I missed a Friday, I showed up on Monday to take my DVDs back, and the place was empty and locked. They never once told me that my $5 a day was keeping them afloat. Said they should have.
Dude, you kept them and Hastings in business for the longest.
That's probably pretty true. I haven't cried
like
this.
You and me.
Yeah, the old classic: go in for 1 movie and then leave holding 20, and none of them being the one you. Fuck! I didn't even look
why I
for
went
that.
in there.
I got distracted.
Got me again.
I got the Godfather trilogy and the Sin City Collector's Edition items both used. Buy one, get one free.
Yeah.
When
I
was
used
younger,
to do the old because it was the buy one get one free, but they would strategically scan your expensive one, give you the cheapest one for free, and do it that way.
Yep.
So when I would see 2 expensive ones used, I would put my movies down somewhere that I knew where they would. I'd grab those 2, check out. and they'd scan. So like the Godfather trilogy used was like $40.
Mm-hmm.
Sin City Collector's Edition was like 35. So I got it for, $46. Put them in my car, went back in, and grabbed the rest of the stuff I was looking for. I was like, I know how to cheat this system.
You're like, yeah, I've been here one too many times, and I've watched you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't
they
it
were
a
good
play
at
against
that.
sports now?
Well,
was it a
half of it's
trampoline
an
park?
Idaho pizza. It depends on which one.
Yeah, which one?
There's
The one
Idaho
on
pizza.
Fairview, yeah.
Yeah, that's like half Idaho pizza, and then the plate against sports was farther down.
Oh,
But
that's
it might
right.
be a trampoline park now.
Because I know the plate against sports was always there, but I didn't know if they're like, oh,
they
extra
built
space.
a wall down the middle of the property.
When I was younger, my mom and I used to go to that laundromat that's right around the corner there. And then I used to walk over to Hastings and fart around, and then my mom would come get me when we were done.
I like
Yep.
that you walked to Hastings to fart around and not to Pojo's to fart around. That's
It's just like
a movie. That's a movie lover right here.
That's like
grew up
one
with
block farther.
I grew up with my single mother. I didn't have money for that.
I guess Hastings did have some Playboy magazines too. We all know why you went.
Well, they were all
Looking at the
they were all sealed. You couldn't look at them.
Nudie Magazine Day. Nudie Magazine Day.
I used to go around because didn't they have like the ones where like the headphones were all stacked up and you'd be like, oh, listen to these CDs. I used to just go around.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! You could like scan it and like do a sample of.
Every song. Yeah, that was nice.
I used to. That was the first time I heard "Whoop, there it is." I was like, whoa,
Oh wow!
what the fuck is this?
Very pivotal moment in every young man's
In
life.
young
Yeah.
Michael's life.
There it is.
I'm like, well, there it is.
It's, everything around him goes black. His eyes just get big. And camera zooms in on his face. Very cinematic.
Yep.
Your life, I'm imagining.
Yeah, I remember it now.
It's all relative to "I Love You, Man," though.
Absolutely. I suppose that's a great segue, Brandon.
Nice.
And it is relative because you know why? I love you, men. Not a very big reaction or a reciprocation. That's
All
fine.
right. Well, I had to wipe off tears.
Love you too, broski.
Thanks, dog. Like I said, I Love You, Man. It's a 2009 film. It is about friendless Peter Clavin goes on a series of mandates to find a best man for his wedding. But when his insta bond with his new BFF puts a strain on his actual relationship with his fiancée, can the trio learn to live happily ever after?
Possibly.
Maybe. The top 3 films of 2009. Number 3, Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs. Now, we talked about it last week, which Larry Potter movie will be in the top 3. We are here at number 2. Any guesses?
Prisoner of Azkaban.
God would have... No,
That's back.
that was Garden State. God Would have Fire was Wedding Crashers.
Order of the Phoenix or Deathly Hollows? Oh, okay.
I don't remember, to be honest.
Larry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
Half-Blood Prince. I knew I was forgetting one. I skipped one.
And then number 1, Avatar. As it's 2009.
That's true.
Ticket cost in 2009, $7.50, which is equivalent to $10.96 our money. The budget for the film, just like last week, $40 million, which is equivalent to $59.7 million. The box office was only $92.3 million, which is equivalent to $137.9 million. And this film was nominated for 0 Academy Awards. I feel like this movie had more of a life on rentals before,
Yeah.
before all rental stores went down in the next 2 years. Peter, played by Paul Rudd, and his his girlfriend Zoe, played by Rashida Jones. Mid-convo, as he drives her to a plot of land he plans on owning because he is a real estate agent who is in the middle of a very big house selling of Lou Ferrigno's estate up in the Hollywood Hills. And then he thinks that with his commission he'll have enough money to buy this plot of land to put up shops, restaurants, stores, whatnot. He'll still have a bunch of money left over for the reception, to which she says, "What reception?" And he drops to one knee. So we are entering this relationship at the beginning of the engagement. Cut to us in the car. She's on the phone with her friends, telling them how excited she is that she's getting engaged, not knowing that she's one on speakerphone and that Paul Rudd is in the car to start openly talking about their sex life.
Love how detailed it is too.
Cringe.
Oh no, you were on your period that one, and then okay, that
You
was
wanted to wait. So old-fashioned.
So old-fashioned.
This was like
He's clearly taken aback, but they're like, hey, lock it down. Lock that tongue down, girl.
Locked it down.
We get back to the house. Rashida Jones is on the phone, telling what we are to believe, more friends or family that she's engaged. She's like, hey, sorry, I'm monopolizing the phone. Would you like to call anybody? And he's opening up the bottle of champagne. He's like, nah, I'll let people know at work tomorrow. And she's like, oh, what about your fencing friends? That partner Gil. Gilliam.
Yeah.
Gil's not.
Gil.
Gilliam. He's not really a call right away kind of guy. I'll just, let the guys know. We'll get some beers after fencing practice, that kind of thing. Okay, sounds good. We go to the parents' house, Jane Curtin and forget the guy's name. J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
Is his
J.K.
dad and
Simmons.
mom. J.K. Simmons, there we go, are his parents, where her mom is pretty much just like, he just didn't really have friends growing up.
Hank Maduka?
Yes, his brother, Adam, Andy Samberg. To the dad's just like, he didn't have any friends. Robbie had all the friends. But he's gay, so he probably wanted to sleep with them. And he goes, hey, he's like, it's true. Totally did.
Andy Samberg is an interesting choice. It worked, but it was just like I wasn't expecting it.
They do slide in where he's like, I'm 8 years older than him. I barely grew up with this guy. Don't listen to him. Like, I'm addressing the age gap here.
He's like, I'm the oops baby.
Yeah, I like how it's like, my dad was, we moved around a lot, so I didn't have a lot of friends. The dad's like, well, I have, two best friends. Obviously, Hank Mardukas, has been my best friend. He was the best man at our wedding for the,
I've talked to him for at least 3 times a week for the last 30 years.
30 years. And then mom's like, absolutely. And he goes, and of course, Robbie.
Yeah.
Sup. Robbie's your best friend? Absolutely. No, it's true. Dad loves the gays. We made him an honorary gay.
You made him, an honorary,
That was so
and that
funny.
one part in there, he's like, yeah, he matured sexually at a young age. You should have seen his pubes.
We took him to took him to the public pool to go swimming one day. Pubes like a Serbian.
It's like a Brillo pad down there.
Don't be ashamed. He had a Brillo pad. Rashida Jones, good to know.
Good to know.
We cut to Paul Rudd's work. We see him in the office. He's definitely more of a I'm friends with gals than with bros kind of guy. He's telling this very romantic story. And then we had the city skylight behind me, and I dropped down to one knee, and they're like, oh my God, Peter, they cut the mold when they made you. Cut to, we meet the guy who sits next to him, a D-bag named Tevin, who is very much clearly trying to hone in on his Lou Ferrigno deal to split that commish. Who's just a raunch dude who just likes sending sex videos at work openly
And punching people.
Yeah.
Fucking Devin.
We see him at fencing practice where he absolutely he beats Gil in a bout. Gil's, oh, motherfucker. Great match, Gil. Great. Fuck off. I love it in the locker room. He's like, sorry, I lost my shit out there, bro. Like they do he's I did not see the Aquatata coming.
Yeah.
It's so funny how like bro-y he is when like the sport that they're playing is fencing.
Fencing, yeah.
I love that it's fencing, like you said, it makes sense.
It just makes the fact that how pissed off, like I don't, the fact that he's pissed off is lost, that's fine, but like when we cut to the locker room, he's just clearly like a bro.
Yeah.
Well, and the part like when he loses and he like takes off his mask and then they do that little like salute,
Motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
like that little salute thing that they do at the end, and he's like
you
he's got
clearly
this
have to
look
do
on
it
his
to
face,
say
just
good
like,
game, but
yeah.
He's pissed yet following protocol,
Yeah, but like I'm gonna do this because it's tradition. Like
Yeah. It's just what you do, all right? I'm gonna go off the shower.
On top of Gil, we have Aziz and Nick.
We got the whole crew.
Yeah, we
Nick
the
Kroll.
Nick Kroll, the people who are almost there, not quite as big yet. I don't remember when the league started, but I feel like that was kind of what I know. Nick Kroll's been in comedy forever, and same with Aziz. But they're all in the locker room joking around, talking about how Aziz is getting married. He's finally going to lose his virginity. He's like, he's joking. I fucked my girlfriend.
The league premiered in 2009.
Oh, okay. So we're right here at the same time.
Right there.
They're all going out to Joshua Tree for like a camping bachelor party for Aziz. We would have invited you, but you never really hang out with us. I was, don't worry about it. Go listen to a U2 record while you're out there. He's like, yeah. Good, because of Joshua Tree, right?
Joshua Tree.
Yep, that's it.
Oh, and I'm also engaged.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good luck.
Good luck
with that.
Yeah.
Have a blast.
Since he's not going out with a beer with the fellas, he goes back home and it's girls' night, and he wants to surprise them by making root beer floats. And he kind of inadvertently hears them all call him a weirdo because he doesn't have friends, and she has like 27 people in her bridal party.
They're just ragging on him too. They're just trashing him.
Rashida Jones has got her man's back. She's like, hey, it's all good. Like, his best friend probably is his mom, but like he's not a weirdo because of it. She kind of catches him in the doorway. He's caught. Comes in, hey, I got you guys root beer floats, chocolate straws, and Pepperidge Farm. He leaves. Oh my God, did he hear me? And that's when he decides he needs to start knuckling down. I gotta find some fucking friends. I like how he goes to the gym. We get like a little montage of him going to the gym. His brother is a trainer. He tells him, he's like, no, dude, I got your back. Like, I love finding straight guys. They're my specialty. I get bored looking for gay. By the way, another thing I quote all the time, I'm only pinkies, bro. I'm only pinkies. The guy busting the set out. He's like, what you really need to do is you need to take a guy on a mandate. Well, what's a mandate? Mandate is you go, you hang out, you shoot the shit, grab lunch, get some beers,
No
dinner. You're not trying to send the wrong message. You need to do that. And then we get the little montage of all the different people he's meeting, the friends you make along the way. That's what's more important. We cut to him at Jon Favreau's house, and Jon Favreau and his wife, Jamie Presley, by the way, is like, I don't fucking want him here. He's like, geez, my friend, you're going to... It's like, there's plenty of room at the poker table kind of thing. They're playing poker. He clearly doesn't know how to play poker. He beats Jon Favreau on a royal flush, has no idea that he did it.
He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
This guy's a
He's like,
fucking
what the
asshole.
fuck, man?
How you sitting on do 7 with a fucking rainbow rag flop?
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't know it was a rainbow.
Sorry, didn't know it was a rainbow.
I like how at the beginning he's like, you guys have any hobbies or anything? He's just fucking.
Yeah, just
Or is that a
guys on the
different
count
poker?
of 3. Beatles,
Beatles
Stones.
or-
1,
Beatles or Stones.
2, 3.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
I love that part.
Cut to him. Cut to Andy Samberg, talking to Jolo Trujillo, another guy from the Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but also like from American Wet Hot Summer fame and all that. And he's just like, hey, hang out with my brother. I don't really know anything about him, but if you hang out with him for an evening, I'll give you 3 free sessions. Cool. Take him to an LA Galaxy game, but he's got the, oh my God,
This is awesome.
This is awesome. Awesome. This is awesome. Here we go, Galaxy. Here we go.
Come on, guys.
Shut the fuck up. We got to him on friendfinder.com, and he gets this like, oh, nice to meet you, Mel Stein. He holds up the picture. He goes, the photo was from a while ago, and he drops the picture, and it's just an old man.
So, how long you been using the internet?
Only a couple years. I didn't know really much how to do anything. He's like, you're very good at it now.
Yeah.
That actor reminds me of the old guy from remember the little cartoon shorts in between, like the Pixar shorts in between. Like it's the old guy playing.
The guy playing chess.
Yeah, looks like that guy.
Yeah. Who's also in Toy Story 2. He's the guy who fixes Woody's arm.
Mm-hmm.
And paints over Andy.
Yep.
The bastard.
He's also funny in Parks and Rec when he goes to interview for Tom's job. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, Courtney was in Mexico for a spell.
We see Paul Rudd on the phone. His mom's like, there's this great guy. He just moved to town. He's an architect. You'll go have dinner with him. He's like, Mom, Robbie says don't have dinner. He goes, oh, your brother's a maniac. What does he know? You know, we see he's meeting Tom Lennon.
Doug.
Out there smoking a cigarette. They go
love
inside.
Doug.
They're having like a fancy meal, and like Paul Rudd is like sitting next to him at the table, not
Yeah,
across from him.
Right next to him.
I mentioned that to my wife, and she goes, "Oh, maybe it's like camera angles or something like that." I was like, "Sure," but like,
No,
we're at
see, this is the mistake he made. Like, he won dinner, two, sat right next to him at the table. Like, you're totally sending the wrong vibes. Like,
yeah, you know, the waitress is like, "How's the wine?" Oh, opened up wonderfully. They do the whole thing where there's like, "Oh, she's so hot," and Paul Rudd is just like reciprocate. You can tell that he's just like, "I don't usually do this, but I'm trying to make friends." Kind of, so hot. I love. We cut back at Favreau's place, and they're like, "I don't really." You ever boat race before? He's like, "No, I don't really." He's like, "It doesn't matter. Just fucking drink the beer. Just fucking drink the beer. Don't worry about them because it's coming down to us too." You know. Go down to boat race. You ever boat race before? Either of you?
yeah, yeah.
Nope.
Oh my god, Michael, you got to do it. It's so much fun.
I do it by myself sometimes. Just kidding.
Who wins?
I'm not sure. It's blurry
Everybody wins.
I was always the turn because I can chug
I was
super
the anchor.
fast.
Yours isn't even chugging. You're literally just pouring it down your throat.
Inhale.
That's all it is.
So I was
Just
so you do
disappears.
the two right in a row. That way, if we were ever down, you know, I was the catch-up guy.
Yeah.
But Paul Rudd, by the way, beats Favreau, slams that beer like a pro. Favreau's all, he's like, in your face, blah! Throws up all over him. It's like chunky, very chilly
Brown chili.
consistency. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Get the fuck out of my house. I'm sorry. Get the fuck. This is not cool, Peter. Kicks him out. Cuts back. The dinner with Tom Lennon is finishing. He's just like, hey, you know, this was so much fun. He goes, yeah, we should do it again. He goes, absolutely. He's like, how about dinner tomorrow night? And he goes, I will see you there. He goes in for like the bro high five where like you grab the hand and you pull it in, just pat the back. But instead, Tom Lennon leans in, kisses him right in the mouth. And then pulls back, kisses him one more time. And Rudd is just...
You taste like an ashtray.
Oh, I love that part.
He has to confide in Rashida Jones that night that, are you kissing other people? And he's like, yes.
Yes, guys, kiss me.
He was like, my mom set me up with this guy and he kissed me at the end. She's like, what's going on? She's like, okay, I heard you guys talk about how I'm a freak, how I don't have friends. So I've been trying to meet somebody and he got the wrong idea and he kissed me. And he goes, well, it tastes like an ashtray. He's like, yeah, he got all up in there. Do you mind brushing your teeth? He's like, no, yeah, I've already done it a few times. I'm going to have to go to some hardcore chemicals here. She lets him know, hey, I appreciate the effort, but as long as you're happy, it'll be okay. Even if the bridal party is a little unbalanced. It's not going to be the end of the world. Cool. I love you. You love me. We're at Paul Rudd's open house for the Lou Ferrigno, the Hulk from television.
Gotta clarify.
We're talking about Lou Ferrigno, the Incredible Hulk from television. He's got a nice spread out there. Nobody's eating. He's got a bunch of people there. We got some nibbles, whatever. He looks over and he sees a 6'4" man standing there eating his paninis. And it's Jason Segel. He goes over and says, "Thank you for eating. I'm the only one." Yeah, because I don't know why people don't take advantage of this. Like, it's free food. Everyone's just so uptight about this kind of stuff. Also, I'm not here to buy your house, even though I have a really cool statue of Lou Ferrigno in the front yard. He's like, I'm just here to eat your free food and try to pick up, like, newly divorced women. To which he's like, I absolutely refreshing, your honesty. They do that whole play-by-play of the guy. He's like, that, by the way, you're wasting your time with that guy.
That guy's got a fart.
He's not going to buy your house. He's just trying to impress the woman he hasn't slept with yet. And he goes, well, I hope not. He's like, look at that guy. He does appear to be clenching. He's like, oh, there's a cool movie.
Here comes
hey,
the
honey,
leg
go over
lift.
there.
Yep.
Watch the leg. Oh, boom. That's a fart, motherfucker.
Boom.
The guy's like, hey, man, I'm thinking it actually might be a little small. Nah, yeah, for real. It smells like fart. Roll the windows down in that car, honey.
I love
That was
it.
amazing. It was like a play-by-play. How'd you do that? He's like, yeah, I know people, you know. They exchange business cards, clearly. No business from him. He's like, I actually just kind of do more small homes, bungalows kind of thing. This is just kind of a one-off thing. They exchange business cards. Oh, cool. Sidney Fife. That's my name. I'll catch you later. And that's when we get the montage of not montage, but Andy Samberg's like, you just got to call him, nut up, stop going to dinner. He goes, I understand. And we get Joe Trujillo's being like, hey, you want to go to the Galaxy game tonight?
It's like, no.
That's okay. I got season tickets.
And he's like, thanks for hooking me up with Elmo over there.
Thanks for setting it up with Elmo. What? That guy's cool.
Give it everything you got.
Give it all you got. How are you supposed to deadlift while someone's yelling at you?
Yeah.
Screeching at you.
He finally works up the courage, like we talked about. We get that awkward where he leaves that voicemail and he's just like, hey, Sidney Fife, it's me. Hey, Peter Clavin, it's me, Sidney Fife. No. Sydney, it's me, Peter. Met at the open house. Yeah, if you wanted to hang out, shoot it, whatever, give me a call. I just hope you're having a great day.
Yeah.
Hangs up. Siegel calls back. Hey, meet me at this cool taco place. We'll grab a few beers, shoot the shit. He goes there. We're openly, he does the I'll see you in a GIF thing. He's like, why did I say that?
Why did
I never say see you in a GIF. He's like, clearly super flustered. He's nervous because he sees someone he likes. He stole his heart, and now he's trying to get it back. Jason Segel is very open about talking. Like, he starts immediately wanting to know about their sex life. Paul Rudd is obviously a bit taken aback.
He's like, why would I tell you
private.
that?
It's kind of private, don't you think? Because we talk about it all the time. Yeah, I don't know her. We can openly. He's like, I don't know how you get me to tell you things, but he goes into it. He talks about how there's a little less fellatio on his end. That he's like, why am I just openly giving you this information? He goes, it's because you're not stressed. You're just having a good time. We're just having a conversation, kind of thing. To which they then start getting drunk, having fish tacos that are literally ranked. They are the world's best fish tacos. Like, others just getting wasted. Anybody want a peanut? Doing the Andre the Giant. Jason Segel nicknames him Pistol. And he's like, wait, Pistol? Oh, yeah, because like Pete, Pistol Pete.
I just love the deer in the headlights look. He's just like, what?
Yeah, I
What
have
am I
no
missing?
idea who that is.
Outside, by the way, I don't know if you noticed this, but when they're walking outside, like, the camera is clearly somebody like holding it and not on a steady cam, because the camera is like wobbly as shit.
Oh.
Yeah, there
Like,
was a couple times where I noticed that.
Yeah,
I can't remember the other scene, but yeah, that one in particular. Yeah, I saw that.
it was like wobbly, not like up and down like I simulated.
It was like somebody was shooting it on a phone, and they were like walking backwards on a phone.
Yeah. Jason Segel says, hey, man, let's, give me a call anytime you want. Get home safe, Pistol. And Paul Rudd hits him with the, you got it, Jobin. Jobin?
I got no explanation.
All right. I'm in your phone. He's like, yeah, I'm putting you in my effin'. I do not have the number for a cab, though. At work the next day, D-Bag Tevin tells him he needs to get his brand out there. Billboards, what's your bus ad, your bus bench ad situation? I have none. He's like, what about urinal cakes? What about urinal cakes? Like, you go to any Olive Garden, P.F. Chang's in the greater LA area, boom, my face on them. I get people coming up to me all the time and be like, I know you from somewhere. And I'm like, yeah, you pissed on my face, friend. He holds up that picture. He's like, you know who took this picture? M. Night Shyamalan, the director of The Village. Again, full court presses him to split the listing. Rudd again says, I kind of just want to do this one on my own. No big deal. I'm right over here if you need me. Rudd calls Siegel, asks if he wants to hang out for lunch. To which he's like, yeah, I'm about to take my dog for a walk on the Venice Boardwalk, meet at Muscle Beach in 30 minutes? He goes, okay, sounds good. I will see you there, or I will see you at another time.
Like,
that was very confusing.
I'm confusing. Are you going to come or not? No, yeah, I'll be there. Latest on the Menje.
Menje.
Why did I say
He hangs
that?
up and he's just like, what?
So cringe.
They meet at the Venice Boardwalk. They're walking his dog, Anwar Sadat, who's named after, not because he likes his politics, but he just looks like Anwar Sadat.
Pan to the
Kinda
dog,
looks
just
at him
looking
and
at the camera.
And Paul Rudd's like, yeah.
Didn't they get sued for that, like, a couple years after?
That I don't know.
Yeah,
they
thought,
had the Time magazine picture of him.
Yeah, but I thought it was like, I thought Egypt, like, got really pissed about it and, like, sued him or asked for an apology or something.
Asked for them to take their principal purple hearts off their website and everything.
Yeah.
Jason Segel is one of the great people who don't pick up after their dog. So you find little nugs everywhere. He's like, no, it's cool. It's all, it's compost. He just returns back to Earth.
It's organic.
We get the guy that runs through. He's like, hey, pick up after your fucking dog. And he gets right in the guy's face. Why don't you shut your fucking fuckhole? And the guy, like, runs away. And then he, like, just recomposes himself. And then goes back to the conversation. Paul Rudd's like, what the fuck was that about? He's like, Peter, we're all just built up with testosterone. We got to get it out. We're animals. Sometimes you just got to yell to release some of that stress. Go ahead, yell. He's like, I'm just going to fucking yell on the middle of the Venice Boardwalk. So they go under the boardwalk, gets him to yell, releases some. I like how he's like, ah! And he's like, that was fucking good, man. You scared my dog. He's like, yeah. Ah! You want a corn dog? Yeah. Like, he immediately just like, oh, corn dog. Yeah. Like, he said it like a child.
Meanwhile, the people up on the boardwalk are all like looking under the, like, what is happening?
What's going on down there?
They go back to Jason Segel's pad. And he takes Rudd into his man cave that he has dubbed the Temple of Doom. And this is the scene where it's just like every other thing that's said is something that I quote all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you want a beer? Yeah, I'll snake a bro. I'll snake a bro. Just go ahead and pop a squiznot. I said pop a squiznot on the Garden State episode.
Yeah.
They bond over their shared love of the band Rush. The greatest band of all time. Of all time. I mean, of all time. Talk of all time. And he's like, yeah, Pete, I get it.
Yeah.
He's like, you play an instrument? He's like, oh, I slap a bass. I slap a bass. Yeah, we should totally have a jam session one day. Yeah, toast my goats.
Totes.
I love. He's like, well, I should probably get going. He goes in for the hug. He's like, sweet, sweet hanging. Which is something I say to you, Michael, all the time when we are leaving. Sweet, sweet hanging.
You do. Wow.
Wow. Wow. Oh, wow. At work, Lou Ferrigno calls him angrily about his house still being on the market as Jason Segel shows up and is clearly just like teasing him. It's like, is that Hulk? Don't make him angry. Don't make him angry.
Don't make him angry.
While Lou Ferrigno's trying to get over the phone, sell my house. It's been on the market for 3 weeks. Don't worry. Stop making food. And he's like, I get it. You want a house sold, not a deli. Jason Segel's just like, hey, man, I just want to let you know, like, I had some leftover kookaroo. I didn't know if you wanted to get some lunch. We go back to the old, the man cave, go back, have a jam session, have some kookaroo. And he goes, oh, kookaroo. That's about as appetizing as a pile of dirt.
Yeah.
I still want to hang out with you despite that joke. Okay. Cut to I hope you guys like Rush because you're gonna hear a lot of it in this movie.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Only 2 songs though, but you hear them a lot.
Limelight's such a good song. I forgot about that song and I played it. I was like, oh shit. Here's my next obsession for the next week.
Yeah. We get a little montage of them hanging out while, cutting back and forth to activities they're doing and then them jamming out. So we get like another open house where Siegel kicks open the door holding a panini in his hand being like, "This house is magnificent. I'd like to make an offer." Paul Rudd's giving him the thumbs up because now they've cleared time for them to hang out. Back to them jamming out. We get a little wedding planning only for Jason Segel to call. And she's like, "No, go ahead. Take it. Come back to them jamming and the guy's banging on the... Shut the fuck up! They're driving on the moped where Paul Rudd's legs are around him and Jason Segel's hands are in the air. He's like, "Oh, no.
No hands."
Having their little meet cute. They're at the fencing and he beat us. Suck it, Gil. It's like, man, Peter is on fire right now. Shh. Sticks
he's
motherfucker.
Now he's a big fan of fencing. Like
he's like super. Shh. Beats Gil. Gil throws his helm. Motherfucker. He's like, yeah, suck it, Gil.
Suck it, Gil.
Do. Jason Segel's up on the Marvin Berry. Gets up on the couch, falls backward.
Falls over.
Are you my ass? We cut back home, and Rashida's just like, "What do you guys just do all day?"
Yeah.
Just hanging out. He's like, "Oh, hang out, shoot the shit, have a little jam session." And he's like, "Oh, you play?" And he's like, "Yeah, have I not told you? I slap at the best."
Prepare to be Rushified.
What was that? "Oh, yeah, I slap at the bass." Why do you sound like a leprechaun?
It's like, why does everybody say I sound like a leprechaun?
And he's like, "No, I was doing reggae. I was doing a reggae guy." She goes, "No, reggae's like slap the bass big time. Slap the bass big time."
Do you play it that
Yeah,
high?
but the bass.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it's more like Borat.
Do you normally hold the bass that high?
Yeah, do you know?
No.
Play it that
Real
high?
bass you play down here, but
In
fake
real life?
bass you. What do you do? He's like, "Yeah, we jam out to Rush, like some Rush songs." And she goes, "Oh, you mean like fast paced metal?" And he goes, "No, like the band Rush. You don't know Rush? Exit the war, you get the taste, the Holy Triumvirate." He's like, "Well, all right, well, we're gonna go ahead and fix that."
Prepare to be Rushified.
"You want some Neil Peart all up in you?" And she goes, "I don't know." Turns it on the computer and it's like super quiet. And he goes, "Sounds better on headphones." Slap the bass, man. Slap the bass, man. She says, "When am I finally going to meet this guy, who's essentially taking you from me?" And he goes, "Don't worry, I'm inviting him to the engagement party dinner." Great. And then also we can get him together with your friend who doesn't have anybody in her life, who brings it up every chance she gets.
All the time.
Cut to the engagement dinner. All the players are there. Really nice Chinese restaurant. Andy Samberg is with the guy he was flirting with at the gym. All right, guys, show him your stuff, fellas. John Favreau shows up. He goes, "Well, I told you we're fucking early." She goes, "Hey, it's a fucking engagement party. We're not just staying here for 20 minutes. He's like, "A Belvedere on the rocks and something with sour mix in it for her, please." It's just, anyway, and that's when they do the whole thing with the piano. He's like, "Hey, me and my buddy Sydney, we jam. I didn't know if you played an instrument." He's like, "I don't fucking play. I don't play." You have a piano in your house. I'm just decorators. They're having a meal.
But John Favreau's like super like kind to Rashida Jones, like and cordial
very,
with
like,
her.
"Hey,
Like
how you
he's just
doing,
like,
babe?"
"Hey,
Like,
how's it
just
going?
like,
Good to see you.
"How's it going, babe?"
It's good to see you too." Like kisses her on the cheek.
Like, so I noticed like he's got the toothpick in his mouth, like goes into hug and then like puts it like into his cheek with his tongue, like so when he hugs her, he's not like
doesn't
stabbing her in the
stab her,
face.
yeah,
Like,
he's
I was
like,
like, look at that, he is a gentleman. Like,
yeah, he is.
in quotes. Jason Segel decides to give a toast, to which he's going around the table. He's like, "It's really great to be here with Haley, Robbie's lover, Robbie. this guy, his smoking hot wife, Peter's parents, and then Zoe, pretty much gives a speech, saying, hey, give your fiance head. Cut to Jon Favreau being like, I don't think she sucks his dick.
Stop it.
Presley's like, we're all just kind of looking at him like, okay, Peter and Zoe. Cut to an awkward car ride home.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why'd you tell him that?
He's like, I don't know. She's mad that they had a conversation about their sex life, to which he says, this is how I feel when your friends know about our sex life, and how some stuff should just stay between us. She's like, I understand what you're saying. I get it. I'm sorry. They kind of have a makeup, and he's like, nice. No pressure. I'm not saying, let's go home and get some PJs. But just like, but anyway, Haley liked him. Well, we should all go out,
Haley,
have a
she
double
was
date.
like, Haley at the restaurant, she's like, I love protein.
He's just like, got that extra order of slippery shrimp. Hey now,
shrimp.
on the first date? Sometimes. Jason Segel just kind of looks at her like,
Ah!
fuck. What are you drinking? Sex on the beach? Because you never know.
You never know. Oh, it cracks me up.
That next day, Paul Rudd is at Siegel's man cave. They're eating pineapples. Hey, let's compare pineapples. See if it's nope. Yours is long and skinny, and mine is short and fat. Peter, can we stop at the treat?
Put your treat down.
Put your treat down. He's like, I feel like an asshole about that toast, man. He goes, yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We Zoe and I, we talked about it. Everything's fine. Also, who really did like you? Haley. And he goes, oh, he's like, who liked you? And he goes, oh, please tell me it's Benji's wife. Oh, man. He's like, no, it was Haley. And she goes, oh, yeah, she's funny. He's like, we should all go out on a double date. Let's go play 18 holes of golf. And he goes,
No!
Peter, I don't golf with women. That is terrible. And he goes, come on, dude, you told my entire family my fiance needs to give me blowies. He's like, you owe me. He goes, all right, you got a point there. To which we're golfing, and Haley's terrible at golf. Smacks the ball, hits him, cuts it completely at a 90-degree angle.
Right at his
Siegel
shin.
right in the shin. This is my nightmare. God, fuck, mother, fucker. I'm sorry. Cut to the next hole. He's just like, great day. It's a beautiful day.
Beautiful day.
The people behind them are hitting them with the, hey guys, you're killing us. Rate of play. My wife and I were at Total Wine last night, and we were going up and down. We were going through the trenches, and this woman who doesn't have a shopping cart comes by, and she goes, "You mind if I play through?" And I go, "Rate of play," and then she goes, "Rate of play," and she did something. I was just like,
Oh, nice.
I was like, are you quoting the movie, or is this just a golf term that I only know from this movie?
Guess you'll never know.
Yeah.
I assumed that it's just a golf term.
I would probably just take the win and not question, because that
My
doesn't
wife
happen
laughed
very
because
often.
she knew what I was doing. Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
A woman that's like clearly 30 years older than me is just like, rate of play, rate of play.
Or it was like a nervous tick, and she was just repeating what you said. She's like, "Oh, this guy." Oh.
Yeah. Really
we
uncomfortable.
both did golf references.
Yeah, okay, buddy. Bye.
He's just like, actually, we do really need to, the marshals come out. It's a whole thing.
There is a protocol.
Yeah. Haley gets mad. This sucks. I'm done. He's a dick.
Come on, Haley.
Please come back. Don't go. Please come back.
Oh, man.
We cut to them at home. Jason Segel calls Paul Rudd, and he goes, "Hey man, dude von Dudenstein, what are you doing tonight?" And he goes, "Dude, I just left you 30 minutes ago." He's like, "It's Sunday night. We're doing HBO." He's like, "Bro, Rush is playing tonight." He's like, "I can't just ditch Zoe again to see Rush." And he goes, "Unless I can bring her." And then cut to them at the Rush concert.
On the floor, too.
Oh, yeah.
And then Rashida Jones looks over and sees Paul Rudd and Jason Segel enjoying a concert in a clearly normal manner.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
Yep. Yep.
That's how I enjoy concerts. I can tell you that for sure. I have video of Michael and I at an Angels and Airwaves
1000%.
concert, enjoying the concert that exact same way.
Yeah. Started a mosh pit at a concert that didn't need a mosh pit.
I didn't have you on my shoulders, though. That was the only thing missing.
That's true.
Cut to them back home, and he's on the phone with them. Concert halls.
Got to review the set.
He's like, were you spying on me? Yeah, I was, because I'm kind of freaked out. He's like, whoa, we're just going over the set list.
Yeah.
He's like, you guys were all up on each other, just licking each other's bases? He goes, there were lots of guys licking each other's bases out there. She lets him know that she's a little frustrated, that she feels like she's kind of getting put on the back burner. They're trying to plan a wedding, and he's completely invested in this other person. Hey, I get it. Cut to us tuxedo shopping. He's kind of saying the same thing. Jason Segel asks him, hey, why are you getting married? That kind of thing. Paul Rudd doesn't really know the question. He goes, hey, man, sometimes you just got to talk through things. It makes a little sense. But let's go penguin suit shopping, shall we? He comes out in his tuxedo, and it's like clearly like 2 sizes too big on him. The pants look terrible. He goes, how do I look? He goes, dude, you look stiff. Like, come on, do like an action pose. And he's like, just like the Running Man. He goes, when have you ever seen anybody in a tux do that except for Runaway Bride? He's like, the ESPYs?
Yeah.
He takes
Give me
one
a
of the big
James
pictures.
Bond. He just,
James Bond. Why hello there, Miss Money Pussy. Wanna hop on my jetpack?
the worst James Bond impression.
Oh my
Come on,
God.
man. Think Timothy Dalton, like the coolest man on earth. T-Dog.
T.
James Bond. My name is Bond. James Bond. Taking pictures, he's like, just looks like you're pointing at me.
Yeah.
He's got the gun. He's like, maybe this is a bad idea. Anyway, try this suit on. It's like, I can't pull this off. This is fucking blue. Gets in there to change his tux, to which he hits him with a question. Hey, a lot of my investments are kind of tied up in equity right now. Do you think I could borrow some cash, like about $8,000? And he's like, ooh, $8,000. That's a lot of quiche. Kind of is it? Hey, sorry I asked. My bad. I just, investment opportunity kind of came up. Don't worry, but don't even think about it. Comes out of the dressing room, to which we see Tom Lennon. Hello there, Peter. It takes a lot of courage, to put yourself out there,
Have a wonderful evening.
wonderful evening, and then never get called back again. And that kiss, with the taste, it wasn't the taste of betrayal. It wasn't the taste of betrayal.
Wasn't the taste of
It was the taste of betrayal. You're a whore, Peter. He walks away. He's like, I can explain this. And Siegel's like, I would love to. Flash forward to him just being like, obviously, end of the conversation. Whoa, hey, I know when I got the nod to the engagement party that I was kind of like, you didn't have a lot of friends, but I didn't realize that you were like straight up looking, for a best man kind of thing. And he goes, but you know what? We are good friends. And because of you, I want you standing up there. And he's like, Peter, what do you mean? Like, it's like this really sweet moment where he's just like, what are you saying? And he goes, I want you to be my best man, dude. And he goes, Peter, that is an honor. And they go in and they hug.
Honor.
And he goes, and that $8,000, I'll give it to you anyway. He's like, I know the Ferrigno deal is gonna work out. So I'll get that money. He's like, it's all you. And he goes, Peter, this is amazing. They go into hug, and then Tom Lennon, you're a whore, Peter.
You're a whore.
I like how he looks, and then Siegel like takes his head and turns it back. Like,
Yeah,
don't look.
Don't look. Don't look.
Stay in the hug. That evening, while they're planning the setup for the tables for the wedding, Rashida Jones is like, I don't know what to do with Haley. She's going to have an empty seat next to her if she can't find someone to come with her. And like, let's be honest. And they're like, well, no, I just figured that Sydney would sit with us. And she's like, what are you saying? He's like, oh, I asked him to be my best man. And she's like, oh, that's great. And he goes, okay, clearly you're not psyched about it. To which she's like, I just feel like he has a problem with me. He doesn't like me, And he's like, you guys are great, he doesn't have a problem with you. You guys just haven't hung out very often. She's like, we've hung out. Cut to like them Sydney and Peter on the beach, just like walking. It's like, so how'd she take the news when you told her I was your best man? She goes, oh yeah, she liked it. And he's like, okay, man, you're lying. Your voice went up. And he goes, okay, honestly, she thinks that you hate her. And he goes, man, this fucking toast is gonna haunt me for the rest of my life. He's like, we've hung out a few times. It's not a lot, but we have hung out. Like, she's gonna be your wife, Peter. Of course I like her. You know. Cut to, oh shit, D-Bag Tevin's having lunch with Lou Ferrigno.
Fuck you, Hulk.
He's like, hey. He goes in, do I know you? No, you don't know me, but I do believe you know this man here, Peter Clavin, who has restricted on your house. And you promised him the listing. You promised him, but he's not getting it done. And then he goes to throw a punch, and Lou Ferrigno just grabs. Oh shit! He's like, immediately, he's way stronger than I thought.
Peter, he's so strong.
He's on the phone with Zoe. What is that, Sydney? Yeah, he's fighting Lou Ferrigno. Why is he doing that? I don't know.
He's in a chokehold.
I got him in. Peter, he's got me in a sleeper hold. I don't know if I. Little drool coming down his mouth. Shh. Cut to them at home. Rashid Jones like, why the fuck would anyone want to fight Lou Ferrigno? Sydney's a bit of a hothead. I don't know. She's like, so what does this mean for the Ferrigno deal? And he goes, it means it's dead. It's probably not going to happen. So I'm probably not going to get the money for that property. And she's like, well, you have money in savings. Can't you just write him a check in good faith? And he goes, well, between the wedding, the money I was expecting, and then I wrote Sydney some money. She's like, what do you mean you just lent him money? He's like, yeah, it's about eight grand. She's like, we're getting married. You can't just be writing checks. We have to have this. And he's like, and that's when he says the dumbest thing of all. He's like, why are we getting married? Why do you think we're getting married? And then she's like, what do you mean? And she's like, yeah, when Sydney asked me that question, I didn't know the answer either. And she goes, are you fucking joking? And he goes, yes. Immediately like, yes, I was, huh?
Yeah, scratch that.
He's like, let's just go back to 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes before I even said that stupid question. She was just like, well, I was really good about us getting married, but now that you're questioning it, you're making me think that maybe I shouldn't. So you know what? I'm taking my shit and I'm staying at Favreau's place. Takes off. That next morning, he's driving into work. And on his way to work, he sees billboards. Not just any billboards with his face on them.
The greatest billboards.
License to sell. He'll pimp your condo.
Yeah.
Like, I can sell your house in my sleep. Jason Segel one. Who's the best realtor in L.A.?
Yeah.
Next one. Me, biatch. He storms into Jason Segel's house and he goes, what the fuck, dude? And he's like, what's going on? He's like, that's what you needed that money for? He's like, oh, you saw the signs. Awesome. Yeah, he's like, my buddy in real estate got us a good deal. He's like, you made me a joke. You put my face on an 8-foot dick downtown Los Angeles. He's like, oh, I thought you'd be happy. He's like, why would I be happy? You just ruined my career and my relationship all in one afternoon. He goes, how did that ruin your relationship? He's like, I asked Zoe about what you said. But he's like, why the fuck would you tell her that?
Yeah.
He goes, one of the best nights I've had in the longest time was Zoe and I shared a glass of wine, had a summer salad, and watched Chocolat together. And he's like, chocolate?
Chocolate?
No, Chocolat.
The one with Johnny
Peter,
Depp.
You're not fucking French, Peter. It's it's chocolate with Johnny Depp. No, he's like, you're telling me that one of the best nights you've had in your entire life was watching Chocolate with Johnny Depp. He's like, well, I mean, that and the combination of a glass of wine and summer salad, yeah, and then watching Chocolat. He's just like, yeah, listen, I don't know what's going on. I'm really confused. And he goes, I think we need to see other people. And he's just like, okay, Pete. Yeah, that's the way you want to do it. It's fine. Yeah. Also, I think you have my season 2 Lost DVDs too. So, sure. He's like, if you haven't watched them yet, no, Peter, it's fine. They're right here. Yeah. Tosses them over. He's like, Zoe hasn't seen him yet, and she's really, really curious about what's going on in the hatch. I've also never seen Lost, so I'm assuming there's a hatch.
There is.
Yeah. Did you make it through the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year I watched the whole
Oh,
thing.
just recently?
Yeah.
You didn't watch it live?
Come on.
I
No.
don't know.
It was a hit. Everybody talked about Lost. So no, I did not watch it while everybody was talking about it.
It was a hit, so no, I didn't watch it.
Yeah, so obviously, no, I fucking hated it.
I watched it 10 years
Avoided
later.
it like the plague when I already knew the ending. Have you seen Lost, Michael?
No, I've never seen it.
No?
It's
I
pretty
remember
good.
when it was like on TV and like everyone was going crazy about it.
Season 1 was really good. Really
That's
good
what
writing.
happens with Damon Lindelof. You get one, maybe 2 good seasons out of him. And then he goes, fuck, I gotta land the plane? I literally crashed the plane in the first episode.
And he's like, how do I keep this going for 4 more seasons?
I think that was a studio thing.
Yeah.
They said, we're stretching you to 5. And he was like, I thought we were doing 3.
It's like, damn it. Okay.
That's my excuse of The Leftovers, too. First season, perfect television, Damon Lindelof.
Yeah, killer.
And then it just kind of like divide by 2 the next 2 seasons. I'm glad The Watchmen's only 1 season. Lindelof, in and out.
Yeah. One hitter quitter.
They part ways. Paul Rudd confronts Rashida at Jon Favreau's place. Like, Jon Favreau opens the door, and he's just like, oh, well, Jamie Presley opens the door. She's like, I'll go get her. Favreau's walking by with poker chips. He's like, it's poker night.
Full table.
Table's full. No, it's okay. I don't want to play. Nice face. Billboards. Yeah, my buddy said, I don't fucking care. And he just walks over.
I don't give a shit.
Rashida Jones comes out. He apologizes to her, just being like, hey, I fucked up. I am nervous about getting married, but I am ready to get married and just got nervous. They're sharing this great moment, and then like one of the guys burps right in the middle. Sup? Just like, come on, man. Like, we're sharing this moment. She was like, and he's like, I called it off with Sydney. He's just got a lot of shit he has to figure. She's like, Peter, it's not because of me, is it? One, yes. But also he's like, no, it's fine. He's just got stuff to figure out, kind of thing. And Jamie Presley comes out. She's like, her and Favreau arguing. Invite him in. That's my best friend. If she wants to, he's like, I'm not. Yeah, he's not playing with us. Peter, there's plenty of room at the poker table.
There's plenty.
They'd love to have you. He's like, okay, we're having sex and you're in that cheerleader outfit. He's like, fine.
Yeah.
There's plenty of room. And he flips him off. He's like, no, that's okay. I don't want to play. No, we're fine. We have a little mini montage of we're ramping up towards the wedding, and the montage is more of just Paul Rudd and Jason Segel very much missing each other's company. All of Jason Segel's friends are now no-shows. They're the guys who grew up, if you will. They have families of their own. One's a teacher. He's like, were you watching the fucking Wonder Emporium again? What is so great about Legoland that you take these fucking kids every weekend? Like, I understand that's not the point of teaching, but what if they all got bees?
Yeah. Just give them all bees.
Well, what do you mean your kids think I'm creepy? Paul Rudd is, they're setting the part of the montage. They're putting the tables together, going over the place cards. He sees Sydney's name. He's real sad. And she's like, just call him. And he goes, guys, don't do that. We see him rekindling his relationship with the old man at the diner, still eating that cantaloupe with cottage cheese in the middle. Hey, what are you doing June 30th? Peter, I'm 80 years old. What the fuck do I got going on? He goes to work. Hey, what are you doing here? It's my wedding weekend, so I'm trying to button things up. She goes, you should check your voicemails because your phone is blown up. Cut to voicemail after voicemail after voicemail talking about how great those billboards are. Hey, I'm interested in buying the Ferrigno estate. Oh, yeah, license to sell. Oh, like James Bond. That's hilarious. Cut to a part that I always dog ear in my brain because it's such a weird scene to me, and I don't really know why. There's a voicemail of Lou Ferrigno. Hey, Peter, I didn't know you had it in you. I'm backing you. Cut to Lou Ferrigno on set on the phone, but he's leaving a message. So it's always been weird to me. It's like normally you would go back and forth with people on the phone if they're on the phone.
Yeah.
But now we're cutting back in time canonically to him
that
leaving the message.
Was a little weird. I kind of shifted too, and I was like, this is a new scene? Is it?
So call me back or text me.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. It was just like he's leaving a. I don't know. It's really dumb thing to pick up on.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you said
goes,
that.
My wife goes, does he need like a specific amount of screen time? I was like, I don't know. Like, he's in the wedding.
Like, oh no, movie's wrapping up. We got to squeeze some more scenes in there.
At the wedding, the bridesmaids look on as the most random assortment of dates roll up, as Paul Rudd's wedding party is just a cavalcade of characters. We got, obviously, Dad and Robbie, but then we got Lou Ferrigno's in the wedding, Jolo Trujillo's in the wedding, Tom Lennon's in the wedding, the old man from the diner's in the wedding.
All in mismatched suits.
At least they're kind of the same color.
Yeah. We can see the fine details. Like, one looks like a more formal, like, tuxedo. One's just like a blaze. Like, yeah, that's all.
The old man is wearing a suit that looks a size too big for him.
Yeah.
And while Lou Ferrigno's busting out of his.
Yeah.
We get the scene where the groomsmen all kind of leave, and then Rashida Jones looks on as she sees Paul Rudd slap an invisible bass, with that longing look in his eye as he looks out of the horizon, to which we cut to Jason Segel on his Vespa, hurling in a tuxedo. He gets a phone call. Oh, hey, I wasn't expecting your call. Yeah, no, I could try to make it. I'll see if I can find something to wear. Hopefully I'll get there by the vows, kind of thing. Cut. We already see that he's on the Vespa. He's coming regardless.
And then the little sign that says wherever they're going, 40 miles. And
40, Santa Barbara, something
Santa
like that.
Barbara, yeah.
Jason Segel crashes the wedding.
Wow.
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 Lou Ferrigno's like, you son of a bitch. He's like, no, it's fine. No, Mr. Ferrigno, I just want to make sure I see the vows. Rashida Jones is like, Sydney, come on up. Paul Rudd realizes that she is the one who invited them. He's like, I wasn't going to miss your wedding, invite or not. And mainly I just wanted to give you this back. Hands him the check for $8,000. He says, I know you don't believe me, but I actually am a really good investor. So the billboards are my wedding gift. To which he's like, actually, the billboards worked. And he goes, yeah, I figured when I saw the Friggs, figured everything was fine. They kind of apologize to each other. Siegel's like, no, you called me out on a lot of my issues. It's all good. And he's like, I love you, man. I love you, dude. I love you, bro Montana. I love you, Broseph Goebbels. I love you, Tico Brohe. The priest's like, okay, can we get back to it?
Yeah. Anyways.
By the way, I watched Chocolat. It's just delightful. All the women are like, oh my God, I love that movie. The J.K. Simmons like, what the fuck is Chocolat? Andy Samberg's like, I don't know. Tom Lennon leans in. It's a beautiful film.
Hank Mardukas.
Hank Mardukas. I just want you guys to both know you're both my best friends. And Hank Mardukas. Hey, Hank. Cut to Hank Mardukas and the crowd waving back.
I love that. I love the callback.
As the ceremony resumes, we pan up and as we see an airplane fly by, dragging the sign that says, Peter Clavin, real estate's lucky charm. As the movie comes to a close.
Yeah, they really wrapped that part up quick. It's just like boom,
yeah.
boom, boom.
Yeah. I was looking at my timer on my DVD. I was just like, there's only like 3 minutes left. And we're just now getting to the wedding.
Yeah.
But if you stay through the credits, if you did that, you see rehearsal dinner shenanigans where they're up there playing Limelight by Rush again. Them playing, slapping bass. Jamie Presley pukes all over John Favreau. Am I wearing a fucking sign or something?
Another good callback, I guess.
I really like this movie a lot. I do think, obviously, kind of coinciding with the Wedding Crashers, I do think it is a bit more of the raunch comedy. But also, I do kind of like... And I talked with Brandon about this, too, because there was another movie I was going to choose, and I was like, I think it'd be fun to do a rom-com that's not necessarily a romantic comedy as much as it's still a rom-com, but it's between just like a blossoming friendship.
Two bros.
Yeah.
And I love it for that.
It's definitely a fun movie.
I think Forgetting Sarah Marshall is a better movie. Jason Segel wrote that movie too.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. I didn't know that. Cool.
Yeah. But I was just like, you know what? Let's mix it up a bit, and let's do this one instead. Maybe next time we do rom-coms, you throw in some Forgetting Sarah Marshall. But I have like a lot of nostalgia for this movie too, because this was one of those movies where, we talked about with the Mikey Beans. It was just like when you see, this was, I was 18, I was just starting the longest 16 and a half years of my life. And this movie was just like a beacon of like, at the end of the day, I can always just quote this movie with Mikey and we'll have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's what kept you going.
Yeah.
I get that.
And to that, I say, I love you, man.
I love you too, bro, Montana.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Tico, bro. Hey. Good stuff. Is there anything else we need to really? I mean, this is kind of like an open and shut movie. There's not a whole lot of
nothing too special, too crazy. Obviously, the jokes are pretty well written.
A lot of good improv between Segel and Rudd in this movie. You can tell which scenes are. I think the man cave scene is almost entirely improv, which I think is why it just hits even better because I'll snake a bro. Do we want to get to why we're really here, guys? Guys, we got to pick our movies for our next chapter. Chapter 3, the 6-film Sandman saga.
Shit, yeah.
Michael, you've chosen Adam Sandler as our next
topic of discussion.
Yeah. We're picking 6 films. Easy for you? Did you already have was your revolver fully loaded, or did you do a little thinking? Did you try to mix up some genres?
This was hard because as I started, I was like, I can think of the 3. Oh, I thought. Think of the 3 off the top of my head. I was like, oh yeah, those are the ones. And then I started looking through his list of movies. And I was like, oh, I love that one. Oh, I forgot about that one. So yeah, this was hard.
Yeah. With the 2 that I'm picking, I have 2 in the chamber right off the bat, but since I'm going last, I might bob and weave, figure something out. But Brandon, same question. Did you have was this an easy 6 for you to choose?
No, definitely not.
Well, Michael, why don't you go ahead and kick us off? What is a film that you would love to talk about?
The 2004 smash, 50 First Dates.
50 First Dates. Okay. Not on my list. That's good. All right, Brandon.
We're going to go 1994, Airheads.
Nice. Also not on my list. So I mentioned that there was one Adam Sandler movie where I was itching to watch, and then Michael was like, well, I'll do Adam Sandler. I was like, what a perfect time to rewatch this movie. It's not it's just one of those movies that I like, and I'm just it's been a long time since I've seen it, and that is The Longest Yard.
Hell yeah,
nice.
It was on my list.
Yeah. In honor of WrestleMania, too. The Longest Yard. All right, Michael, what's your final film?
Oh, God. Split second decision. Oh, I ordered this and... Okay, I'm just going to... Big Daddy, 1999.
Ooh,
oh, good
never
choice.
Seen it.
That was on my list.
I've quoted that forever.
You've never seen Big Daddy?
Mm-mm. My wife loves Big Daddy. I've seen the ending. The resolution, I've seen that, but...
That the guy with the old balls?
Something about McDonald's breakfast at 10:30.
Yeah, love that scene.
I thought it was 11.
I fight myself with that every weekend. What time do they stop serving breakfast? Can I make it?
Now it's breakfast all day, I thought, right?
All right, Brandon.
Gosh.
There's a lot on the board still.
There's so many, and I've got so many on my list. I'm gonna do my favorite movie, Billy Madison.
Finally, one that was on my list. So, with my final pick, I still have 4 on my list.
Is Wedding Singer one of them?
Yeah, but because I mean that is my favorite one.
Mm-hmm.
But part of me is like, do we need a serious Adam Sandler on here?
Depends.
Just we gotta have some range. Like, I'm not gonna choose Rain Over Me. That movie's boring AF. So part of me is like, Uncut Gems or Funny People.
Yeah, those are the two that I would.
Or Punch Drunk Love. But that movie's also like 2 hours and 40 minutes. And so, in the spirit of Adam Sandler comedy, because I also have Waterboy on here, but I don't want 2 football movies with The Longest Yard and The Waterboy. I think I'm going to go. Let's do Funny People.
Okay.
Because it's still comedy,
Yeah.
but it's also, he's very serious in it.
I thought for sure one of you would choose Uncut Gems, so I'm glad
I thought Brandon would.
Yeah.
So I didn't have it on my list.
I had 3 that I really wanted to watch. Grown Ups would have been another one because I find that movie
those are
freaking
fucking
hilarious.
Funny,
Gosh, yeah, there's just so many good ones.
The
8
3
Crazy. I kind of wanted to pick 8 Crazy Nights.
Yeah.
'Cause I think it's hilarious.
Save it for Christmas time.
Christmas, yeah.
yeah.
The 3 that are still on my list are The Wedding Singer, The Waterboy, and Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. I thought about Happy Gilmore since they're making the sequel. Like,
Yeah. Will you tell me, Brandon, which movie was first, Airheads or Billy Madison?
Airheads and then Billy Madison.
Okay. So, we don't quite know the order just yet, but we're going to go chronologically. But it sounds like Airheads will be our first film to everybody out there in Radio Land. So we will be back next time with Airheads. What do you say we go ahead and cut, print, check the gate?
See you guys.
See you later.
Hi everyone. During our research on how and where to watch our next set of movies, we discovered that Airheads is no longer in distribution and also not streaming anywhere. Brandon is called an audible, and we are going to be watching the 2010 comedy Grown Ups. We hope you enjoy.